for being here. I'm a little nervous. I don't normally speak in front of people, and the only people I speak in front of are my children, and I'm usually pulling their ear. I'm very fortunate to be here today. I'm fortunate enough to say today that I've been in business 30 years. I opened up my shop in, thank you, 1996, and it was an accident. When I opened my shop, when I have 5 minutes, right? 4 minutes now. When I opened my shop in 1996, I'm gonna share real quick. In 1996, I opened my shop. My dad fired me from his business, an automotive shop. Robbie Challenger, which is here, and I will talk about him in a couple of seconds, that Robbie Challenger's dad gave me a job at Pearland Auto Supply, in Napa, here in town, same spot. Well, it was at another spot before that. So I would flex back and forth between my dad's shop and Robbie, and then when Robbie's dad would fire me, I'd go back to my dad's and back and forth. But these guys, I think they took a chance on me because they saw something in me. I'm thinking now it's, my mind is coming back to me that I had something that they were interested in. I just wasn't able to close the deal because of my irresponsibility. At the time when I got to be a teenager, something got in my way, which was alcohol. I was drinking a lot, partying a lot. I got to the point where my dad asked me to run his business, but that became really fun. I mean, I'm talking my late teens, early 20s, mid 20s. I'm talking about racing cars, building cars, and taking care of his clients at the same time. That was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. You know, I don't know if that's how entrepreneurs start, but that's how my journey started. I come from a big background in automotive. See, being a mechanic is what I'm realizing now is I had something to offer the community, a service to a problem to solve for people, which is their vehicles, the repair. I didn't know it at the time, but that's what I was doing. If you pair that up with being honest and being able to connect with people, and that's what my father was doing. I didn't realize it at the time. I didn't go to school. I don't have a college education. I have the education of Fort Knox from my dad. I was fortunate enough also to have great mentors in my life, like Robbie Challenger. I wish his dad was here, which is Bob Challenger, Robert Challenger Sr. I'm gonna tell you this. This is what he taught me. This here, the power of the pen. This, as an entrepreneur, this is gonna be, well, for me back in the day, I don't know about today. Today's probably your phone, but being ready. I tell my team, being ready whenever you're talking to a client and having like a police officer, what's the first thing they do when they stop you? Where's your license and registration, or what's your date of birth, and so on and so forth. They're ready. I mean, it's a common thing if you think about it. I teach my team that. I was also, like I said, put my glasses back on. I didn't know about my career, that I was starting a career at the time. All I knew is that I loved to talk. In between there, not just working on cars and muscle cars, was that I loved to talk, and I love talking to people. And I love talking about myself. Oh man, I love talking about myself. I love talking about myself. Something my wife, she's just like, here we go. Yeah. Here's the thing, what I'm learning now is that me talking about myself, I can talk about myself all day long. What I need is for y'all to talk about me. I need to perform for y'all, deliver to y'all something that y'all can say about me. He's an honest guy. He delivers. He calls me back. He's responsive. I don't know about y'all, but I've had people that I texted, they don't text me back for days. I used to keep following up. My coach that I have today, Coach Bird, that was introduced to me again by Robbie Challenger, says, look, if they're not interested. They're gonna tell you they're not interested. Without telling you they're not interested. Cut bait and go to the next one. I'm learning that. I don't have time to waste. Time is money. If I don't have anything I can serve you with, I'll find someone else that it will like my services, something that I could give to you that's of value. As an entrepreneur, I have to be of value to you. Or my business, I don't have a business. I have what they call what do you call that? Where you do a donation. What do you call that? Charity. That's what I'm running. I'm running a charity. Charity, nothing wrong with charities. Charities we do to give back to our community. As we grow, we give back to our community. Yes, we're done.
That's it.
All right, man, that was quick.
Power 5 minutes. All right, so now we're going to have a chance to go through and ask Rick some questions. Anybody have any questions for Rick?
Hey, so Rick, what exactly are you a mechanic? Like you mentioned muscle cars and racing. You have a shop where we can bring our cars into. Is that your primary business?
We have. I am the owner of Cruz and Carz LLC, which is a general automotive repair and also a muscle car restoration shop. And I do also have another business, which is a state inspection business that also does quick lube, like Jiffy Lube. You know, we don't want at that other shop, which is being more interesting to me, is the quick, no problem, no hassle thing for the client that buys their car. They wanted to get it to a certain level and then turn it back in. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking into really to get into like I was before, the check engine lights, the smog test, and just the headache of dealing with that. I'm looking into the different direction.
Being an entrepreneur, I feel like that might come with some doubts of yourself. How do you keep going through those doubts?
Great question. I don't know. I woke up one day and here I am. I woke up one day and I said, hey, guess what? Next month I'll be in business 30 years. I've had a lot of doubts, and I think that is what's my team, or what I'm getting from my coach, and people like my coach. And I want to mention two other people that have inspired me here in this room. Eduardo, he's over there. He's my cousin. Him and I worked together when we were small at my dad's shop. William Gray is another, has inspired me. I want to mention his name because he's important to me as well. My daughter, Chrissy, she just asked, but as an entrepreneur, if I'm saying the word right, you're going to have a lot of doubts. A lot of doubts. I go to sleep. I've gone to sleep almost crying sometimes. I'm taking a shower and I'll yell at my wife, what did we close at yesterday? It's important to keep the lights on. It's important for money to come in. That is the most important. The second thing is, Chrissy, the second thing is how it comes in. Number 2. And the answer to your question, I don't know the answer, quite honestly. All I know is they say that trust in God, and I don't want to bring religion or God into it. I don't want to offend anybody. But to me, a higher power has been helpful. My faith isn't where it needs to be, but it's where it needs to be. That if anything, man, just pray. Yes.
What would you say to 20-year-old Ricky if you could go back and say one thing to 20-year-old?
Oh my gosh.
Apart from stop drinking.
What did you say?
I said apart from stop drinking.
It's funny you ask that, and it's funny you answer that or give me a suggestion. That's been the key. Stop drinking. I'm going to tell you guys, whatever is keeping you from succeeding, whatever is affecting you as a leader, sleep. Sleep. Okay? You can't go to sleep early if you're drinking every night. Sleep. Eat well. Exercise. Let me say it with this other hand because I got a bigger muscle on this one. This one's kind of flabby. Oh, man. 5:30, 3 days a week I work out. 9 o'clock I'm asleep. I cold plunge. I exercise. I walk downtown, put on my headphones. ADHD, ADD, all those things that I suffer from, when I beat myself up on the pavement, it goes away. How? I don't know. But man, I can think. After that, I'm like sharp as a razor. I'm just on it. Boom, 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 like a cylinder, like an engine. I'm firing on all cylinders. Does that make sense? For me, 20-year-old Ricky to quit drinking. Ricky, listen to the people that have been successful. Your father, Bob Challenger, driving Porsches, Corvettes. And it's not about money. Now, money is great. And it gives you a great lifestyle. And it also provides for your children, their children, generational wealth. Is that what they call it? We could be the first one. I am the first one. I don't think anybody else in my family has hit $1 million in sales. I'm going to say this. I have a therapist. I have therapy for me, and then I have marriage counseling, 2 therapists. I go twice a week. I'm not embarrassed to say it anymore. I used to be embarrassed. Sometimes my wife leaves mad. Sometimes I leave. Most of the time she leaves mad from our session. He asked me something the other day, or a couple months ago. He says, because I'm like a entrepreneur that doesn't stop. I don't stop. And it affects my marriage. It affected my marriage. I think I'm learning that part, right? You know, that's, hey, what are our numbers yesterday? I'm showering. He says, Ricky, when's enough? Because I don't have enough money. I don't have enough. But I think I'm learning to have enough now. He says, give me a number. I said, 10 million. 10 million. And then he messed me up with this other number. This other thing. He says, cash, or do you want to be worth 10 million? Wow. I said, I want to be worth 10 million. My number has changed. I now want to be worth 20 million. Not that I'm worth 10 million. I'm getting close. But now my number has changed to 20 million. And maybe next year it'll turn to 30. I don't know. All I know is whatever I'm doing it legitimately. And when people walk away from using my services, they leave with a smile. And they don't feel taken advantage of. I make sure of it. I don't mind giving money back. I prefer to give money back than give away my name or stomp on it. My name means a lot to me. It's on my wall. It's on 3 walls in this town now. 3. My father, I wish you could see me today. I think he'd be proud of me. People tell me this. This is the first time I've said it. I always wanted him to be proud of me when I was 20. I couldn't deliver because of the racing cars, drinking, and chasing women. No chasing women, but the drinking cars. Yeah. Any other questions? Don't be shy.
Just one more.
Raquel. Hi, Rachel.
How important would you say that it is to engage with others in the community?
Super important. Super important. Especially, it's important to engage with everyone. Yesterday, I had a conversation with, and I don't know where this falls. I had a conversation with a client of yours, Chrissy, a client of yours, Mr. At there. We were doing an air conditioning job, and he was like, well, he was undecisive if we wanted to do it. You know how hot it is outside? I said, so before they got off the phone, I said, let me talk to him. I wasn't going to trick him and convince him. I wanted him to trust us. I want to know, what is it? Because it's hot outside. Tell me honestly, I'm just not too sure. What is your warranty? Are y'all gonna? I said, look, let me tell you this. Our new mayor, I forget his name, Wiltz. The old mayor, Kevin Cole. I've been fortunate enough to have dinner with him. I associate with him. I said, let me tell you something, Jack. I'm going to hold my warranty and I hold my word in this town. I'm going to tell you why, because I have dinner with the mayor. Last thing, I need you to go over there to the mayor and say, hey, that Ricky Cruz, he's a liar. That's how important it is to me. Maybe there's other reasons. There's other reasons is to give your time to the community. That's number 2. Volunteer. The neighborhood center. Counseling Connections for Change. Mental health organizations. We need it. We need the help. Our community needs us to bring up the younger generation the right way. Our community needs us. And I owe it to my community because y'all have given me what I have today, which is my family. And I'm going to say this too. I'll add this. My career didn't change until I am a recovering addict. September, I'll have 15 years clean from drugs and alcohol. 2010, I was in jail. I was incarcerated, sitting down in a chair, saying, I was in a cell with 30 guys. I said, when will these guys go to sleep so I can hang myself? I was waiting for them to go to sleep. These suckers, you're young, man. They wouldn't go to sleep, thank God. And I don't even know if I would have the courage. I hit rock bottom. I didn't have, you know that saying, I didn't have a penny to throw out the window or put it in a bucket or something like that, or a window. Nothing. And then I get divorce papers while I'm incarcerated. Talk about it. Right the day before that, I was like, I hit rock bottom. No, and then I get the divorce papers, and I really hit rock bottom. Lost my children, which they're both here, but I came back and recovered them. That's recovery. I recovered them. I lost our home. We went to foreclosure. Now I came back and bought them their own home. They're probably the youngest kids in town that own a home. She's 22 and I think she's 23. I just kept up. Once I was done paying child support, I didn't care how old they were. But thank God that for my recovery, that lash taught me a lesson. I said, I got out, no more drinking, no more drugging, no more, that's it. I got to get my life together. My recovery date is September 1st, 2011. That's my second go around. That's when it really broke up. 5 years after that is when my career really started. I sometimes get disappointed in myself. Like, I'm 57. I know I don't look it. Thank you. But again, man, it's about today. It's for me. Somebody said this to me a month ago, and I know I'm running low on time. He says, Ricky, you know that this business that we have, or a business, is a solar system. You're the sun. We, as the leaders, we are the sun, right? Or I don't like to say employees, but our team members, they are the planets. The sun radiates power to the planets, and it feeds them energy. And then you have water and everything else to grow a plant, right? Our responsibility as leaders, if we're all leaders here, and I'm sure we all are, is to feed those planets great sunlight. It's our responsibility now. We don't need, also something else my coach says, he says, I just came back from Tennessee. I go twice a month. The Greatness Factory. The Greatness Factory. Coach Michael Burt. You don't need more people. You don't need more money, Cruz. We need more people. The people have the money. When you satisfy them and give them what they want and you solve their problem, their big problems, you get paid big money. They will pay you. It's about attraction. Like my recovery. My program is a program of attraction, not promotion. You got to be ready for it in recovery, and I mix the two. That's it.
All right. I think that's a good stopping point.
All right.
One more question for you. How can we as a community help you?
Spread the word about how you can help me is spread the word about Ricky Cruz, the leader of Cruz and Carz, and the team that's behind me. That's how you can help me.
All right.
Give me a Google review. If we haven't done business together, be honest. Hey, he seems like a swell guy. Maybe I might want to do business with him. I don't know. And if you know, look me up. I go and feed over here at the neighborhood center. I volunteer my time. If you see me, take a picture of me, put it on Tucker Pearland.